Hello everybody, it's Rob and this is Card Hunter. I'm hoping to give you a good look around Card Hunter, which has recently gone open, and it's quite an enjoyable game. I'm surprised at just how it's partly a love letter to the games I used to play back in the 80s, all that tabletop pen and paper stuff. The art style is reminiscent of the old D&D modules. The characters are... It's kind of as if... you remember those old tabletop games like Hero Quest and Dungeon Siege and it's kind of part tabletop game, part role-playing game. You have ongoing campaigns and you have characters and you can recruit new characters here in the tavern. You can have a party of 3 characters. Each character has its own sheet, which you can equip them, and you use those. That equipment generates the cards for the deck. How does that work? Well, first off, the game is free to play, and it's browser-based, but as it was said recently in the Penny Arcade, don't run for your life. It's actually quite good and quite generous. All of these quests on here were available for absolutely nothing. These are shops. You have a multiplayer mode. You can play ranked match against opponents or against the GM, which is basically just Gary. Gary is our AI GM. Let's have you run into Gary. Let's see. We'll take her out for a spin. We'll go to, let's go to somewhere where we've been. But not too simple. I've already been to this today, so I can't do that today. But I could do, say, this one today. Now look at that. That is an old mid-1980s D&D module. Takes me back. Lizardmen Feast Hall. Your map leads you deep into the swamp, where you find a long wooden hall that the lizardmen use as a feasting hall. Approaching with stealth, you pick the lock and enter the stronghold to discover tables covered with rotting meats. Chomping and slavering over the dubious feast are the lizardmen netters. Show them no mercy. Now, while you see a classic set of dice, the polyhedron's there, and it's more of a card game. You can see we have cards. Now, we need to get down to 2 cards. We can hold 2 cards. We'll draw more cards as it comes to our turn. What character moves is dependent on what we play. The opposition has sets of cards based on sets of monsters. So like the Black Ooze has 1 set of cards. The Lizardmen Netters have another set of cards. This is a movement card, which I can see. I can't see the rest of their cards. They can see my movement cards. That one movement card. They can't see any of my other cards. For example, this movement card they don't know about. Now, each card has its own abilities. If you want to have a look at a card, you can right-click to pick it up and have a look at it. And you're probably familiar with collectible card games by now. So it's a bit like Magic that way, if I want to go to the archetypical item. So here I have a Black Ooze, which you might remember from D&D. And these are Lizardmen Netters, which wield nets. They'll have their own special attacks and things. So, where shall we start? Well, we have this black ooze right in the middle of us, and that's going to get nasty if we don't do anything about it. But also that I can't do anything with a bludgeoning weapon, because I know for a fact that a black ooze will be immune to bludgeon weapons. So. See, the pace gets quite interesting, and you can see Gary's face show up every once in a while. Because that's who we're playing against. We're playing against Gary, the AI. There's Gary. We need to fill up our set of stars to win. In this case, there's no victory point locations. It's just simply defeat all the monsters, or they defeat all of us. Each one of my characters is worth 2 stars. So, that's my priest. And I've really done what I'm going to do with her for the moment. I'm going to now use... Let's see... I'm going to buy a little time, and I'm going to use a short spark on the ooze. Yeah, I thought it might move. And because it has moved, I'm now going to move my fighter over. And I'm going to stab the ooze. Ha! Bash is a crushing attack. I'm not sure if I can get away with doing that. Let's try it. Amorphous body. All I did was push it. Okay. My movement's been severely reduced. Now, this is a table. It will slow me down if I walk up onto it. That's what the dark blue arrows there, squares with the light blue arrows mean. So if I wasn't netted and I was to do my move, I would stop once I jumped up on the table. But he can certainly see over the table, and I can target things over it. I'm going to target this healing spell on my warrior. Gary has passed. If I pass, the round ends and we draw cards. That's what I'm going to do. Now, because if I had anything more than 2 cards, I'd have to discard. Okay. Now, let's see. The frenzy's quite handy. I mean, you wouldn't expect your wizard to be doing this, but... There we go, 1 star.
Yeah.
Now this is a fun little thing. Wall of fire. Yes, it's going to sit in the wall of fire, so that means it'll burn. Right, so, this is a charge move, which I'm going to set up. Alright, they moved out of the line of fire, so I can't use that one, but I can finish this off. And instead of discarding, I'm just moving into position. Now this is an aspect card. We're gonna open. We have to click on that. Sometimes these are negative cards. They're like traits, and that one allows me, whenever I play a holy card on somebody else other than the character. See, whenever you play a holy card targeting an ally other than yourself, draw a card. Keep unless 4. Unless I roll exactly a 4. Duration 3. So after 3 turns, it's gone anyway. Now, this guy's nearly dead. I want him finished off. This will be fun. Lunging thrust. So we move up, and then we attack. That was my own defense. Jump back. Section of the module. I can open the chest, get my loot. So what did we get? We got glimmer boots, rickety polearm. It's not that bad actually, and static robes. Oof. Right, take that. Now we move on to Slub Gut's chamber. Okay, so we're up first. As you can see, you've got line of sight and you have range involvements here. So, like, these pillars are blocking my line of fire. They'll also prevent movement. And that's how you know that they're pillars or something, because you can't move through them. And you can't see through them. Let's see, what do we want to do? These guys move a lot, and this guy does a lot of cursing. I only have one movement card, except for the Shuffle Team card, so we're going to do the Shuffle Team. Right, okay. Make him lose a card. Yeah, there's one of those curses. Oh! Now, this one fires in an arc. If I wasn't behind these two pillars, it would kind of fan out. But I don't want to hit my guys with it either, and there is definitely a friendly firing area of effect weapons. I also don't want to discard one of these, so we're going to move. Armor reduces damage if it's effective. In this case, anything above a 1, it will reduce the damage by 1. So that's why it's reliable height armor. It always helps, but it doesn't do a whole lot of good. It just reduces the damage by 1. But because we've been taking a hit, we can definitely heal spell. Yes. Okay. All right. Ooh. I hope you can stay there. So now I can do this. See, I'm failing. I'm going to set him on fire. Sometimes the facing arc's a little tricky. And I'm not going to do anything else. I'll have to discard. Oh, I hate Unholy Curse. How many cards do you have? Okay, let's start by just finishing off this guy. Okay, Gary's passing, so we're going to do this. Now I have to discard. I could discard armor, or I could discard this block. I'm going to discard the block. Somehow I think the armor is something you keep. Okay. Should finish him. And there we go. Victory with Slub Grub and bodyguard slain. You are free to plunder his ill-gotten treasures. You find a chest hidden under a pile of furs and skins. Now that Slub Grub is defeated, the lizardmen threat will fade. Without their charismatic and bellicose leader, they retreat to the swamps, returning to a peaceful existence, one would hope. Right, so you can see we get XP for completing the mission. Goes into our sheet, and when we hit 20, we'll level up. Open the chest. So that was uncommon, uncommon, rare, and uncommon, and that was common. Now, this is treasure. Treasure is just simply there to be sold for gold. That's actually semi-handy, this bludgeon, because I could definitely use a different bludgeoning weapon. And this here is a skill for, basically that goes there, is that skill. Yes. Alright, I already have that one. And my club reward, because I have the club membership, I get the extra bit of treasure here. I could just click take all and finish, but I like to see what I'm getting. So we'll take you to the armory and we'll sell off our treasure. The simplest way to sell off the treasure is just simply select treasure. Right, that's worth 40 gold. That's very nice. That's worth 10 gold. Okay. Some things are worth duplicating. You can see I have duplicates. That's because sometimes you can use duplicates. I can use 3 different weapons here. I can use 3 different arcane items. I can use 3 different divine items. Customizing it to show for the scenario is very important. This allows me to see only usable items for that character. This allows me to see the new items, because this particular shop updates every day. This allows me to see all items. And if I change the character from, well, having unusable, the items change, because those are the different items usable by different characters. This is the rare shop, it restocks every week. This is the level 6 shop, it restocks every day. This is the level 1 shop, it restocks every day. This is the tavern, where you can get level 1 companions. This is your keep. This is where you keep your collection. So, like, if you want to store some things away, like, here I have my team stored. You can lock them up in here, and they'll be here for when you need them. Like let's say I want to remove these people from the party. So I clear out my stuff so I can have it for use with somebody else. And I could use I wish there was a button for just like remove all, but there isn't. Maybe that'll be something in the future. That'd be quite good. Instead of having to just drag all this stuff off. You're like, Rob, what are you doing all this? Why are you taking all this off? Because I want to be able to use this stuff with other characters. Right. So I need to keep somebody in the party so I can go to the tavern. I'm going to recruit, let's see here, Human Warrior, Elf Warrior. I want a Dwarf Warrior. Let's name him. There we go. I also want a different priest. Why not? Dwarf priest. Okay, and now my party's full, so I can't recruit anybody else at the moment. We'll go back to the keep. Remove our mage from the party. I forgot his boots. Exit. We'll head back here. I'm going to basically start a third party up. Well, like, third party? Yeah, I have a party of level 18 characters for multiplayer, because everybody plays the same multiplayer. Now, I'm going to need a wizard. I'm going to take an elf wizard. Why not? Okay. So there's my party. Now the party needs to get gear. As you can see, we're not really equipped with anything yet. I'll take them down to the armory. All our gear is still here. So if I click on a slot, it displays only that kind of equipment. Now, this one has a power orb, a gold one. I won't be able to use that until I'm like level 15. So we're going to change this to usable. Right, so now we can see more general boots. Dash and a chop's not bad. Honestly, I don't see myself using 2 of those. And that's how you sell. You just, like, pick it up and drop it off. And if I don't like any of the boots I have, I could, like, oh, well, maybe what I got up here. But, I think I'll go with those. Now I'm going to need weapons. Yeah, like those. And now I need a divine weapon. Those are different from regular weapons. And you're like, what's the difference, Rob? Right, well this one offers us cloth armor. As you can see, there's no keep on it, so once that's been used, that's it. Also, it gives you run and shuffle. Shuffle's a very short move, run is a long move. This one here is rusty armor. It's quite effective armor, but again, it's not reusable. You don't keep it, and it gives you a dash. This gives you 2 walks and a reliable hide, which you would keep. Don't care for the unstable bolt. Okay. Now that I've made up my party, we're going to take them through the level 1 adventures. You can see how that goes. Raid on Omelette. As you can see, my cards are determined by the gear choices I made. these two will share this pool of cards. It is my turn to play. Now, generally, if you select a movement card, you can't unselect it. You can unselect cards that you've otherwise selected. Barry keeps passing because he only has one card left, which is probably like armor or something. But we're gonna play. And they each got their 10 XP. And we got a barrel of pickled herring. Woo. Kobold and Kemplet. Right, and 3 Kobold warriors, they're all sharing the same pot of cards. Now, Battle Frenzy can't be played on herself. It has to be played on somebody else. And it only affects melee cards. And while I can walk him out, I can't make them come to me, but they will. There we go. And that's a block. Oh, he blocked. As you can see, I don't have line of sight from here. I didn't have to use up those cards, but I wanted to use up the item slot. And more pickled herring. Why? Because I've already done this before. If it gave me amazing loot, it would be no reason I ever go on. Alright, divine armor. Now, that martyr blessing is really powerful, but it's, again, has that powerful lockout on it. It's something I can only play with my multiplayers. But that looks good. That's a powerful shield I can't use right now. Don't like this one because it got the unreliable block. you need a 6 or more to be able to block. This is the coward shield I was using before. As you can see, the block on any damage of 4 or less, and it triggers on the roll of 3 or more. 2 or less, 2 or less, 4 or less, 3, 3, 3. Right. Take that one. Why am I taking this one? Because it has a parry, and because it has a bash, and on him it'll be handy. Now we got a second arcane item, which is basically more spells and abilities. Now we're already using zaps, so let's see here. That's too powerful an item. Again, we should change this to usable. Having penetration sometimes is useful. Okay. I mean, these are the very first adventures that you would go on here. Okay. Again, we have, well, one target, but he's a big target. He's like a kobold boss. Okay, he gets all his cards to himself. Quick step is different from a shuffle in that I can make a very small move and then still do an action. It'll still be my turn. I'll show you. See? Still my turn. Now I'm attacking him from behind, so his armor can't defend. Okay, so as you can see, we're back and forth in here. See, he's got this block. Right, so we'll just use our do this, which we can't do right now. Is he hurt? Yes. This will finish him off. Side of bacon. Okay, so here we have 2 kobold warriors and a kobold priest. Kobold priest will cast spells and has his own pool of cards. Gabig versus the warriors, who has their pool of cards. Okay. No, my block did not work. Flimsy block did work. Finally, some better treasure. Arcane crown. I already do have one of those. Okay. Now the second part of the same adventure. So this is a two-parter. I don't get the XP until I've finished the entire module. If I'm defeated here, I get to reorganize and come back. You can do that 3 times. After which, you have to redo the module. Now, let's see here. The problem with dwarves is they don't move much. Now this is rough terrain, so they're going to be slowed down as they enter and leave, as they enter those spots. Let's see here. Well, I can move you up. Let's just fry the shit. There we go. That's dealt with. I'm gonna have to discard. Right, so now it's waiting for me to discard a card. I don't want to lose my parry. I'm gonna lose the reliable hide. Here's where we're making this guy work. Okay. Just the one left. Now, if there's only one possible target, I don't need to select the target. If there's multiple targets, I need to select the target, just so you're aware. There we go. Now we get our XP. And we get to lose. And that finishes the level 1 run. And I think that's enough for now. I might make more of this. I might take you through the tutorial on a fresh account. I don't know. But that was Slub Gut Sanctum and the level 1 run. And, let's take you here to show you the figurines. I have some figurines unlocked, so I can customize my characters if I want. I can buy the other ones with pizza slices. The game will give you some pizza slices, but pizza slices are otherwise obtained by spending money. Gold is obtained by selling off loot, or by exchanging pizza slices. You can buy the Card Hunter Club. That gives you pizza slices, as you can see. There will be more types to come up eventually. This is, just changes the look of your character. It has no other bearing. Right, so that's worth 40 gold. That's excellent. 2 gold. 2 gold, and 2. Oh well. So, that has been Card Hunter. I hope that you go and give it a try. It is available for free. cardhunter.com. Very generous, free to play. They are currently offering a starter pack for $25, which is what I've gotten here. That's how I have the extra pizza slices and the extra cards, figurines, and I have unlocked my extra adventures, like this defensive wood home here. They will give you the pizza slices initially, so you can just buy this pack, but I kept my pizza slices and bought my initial pack. I recommend it. It's fun. It's got good tactical crunchiness. And, yeah, it's, as I said, the ongoing campaign is a bit of a love letter to the mid-80s D&D. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you very much. Goodbye.